Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger and my friends. It is Tekken 8 patch day and now we are officially in Season 2 of Tekken 8. Unfortunately, it is also April Fool's Day and it's been an odd one. It's a day where it's hard to believe anything, right? Especially when certain tricksters might mix a little bit of truth with a little bit of fiction. But one thing that is very real is the Tekken 8 patch, right? We worried about those Season 2 notes before, but the patch is very real, even though, going by some of the changes, some people still feel like it's an April Fool's joke. Like, I'm the patch guy, I guess. This isn't going to be a patch visual guide, by the way, as I just got back from Vancouver, was at Battle of BC, and was doing commentary for the Canadian end of the Red Bull Kumite, alongside legends like Justin Wong and Wooly. So yeah, that was a big honor, but yeah, I just got back. So no time for big patch breakdown yet. But I got two eyes and I read way too much Twitter, unfortunately, for my own good. And the reaction to this patch is maybe the worst I've ever seen for a major fighting game patch. Like, the average level of discourse right now isn't so much bad as it is nigh on apocalyptic. Now, here in the FGC, we love our hyperbole. We love going way further than things need to go, for sure. But the overwhelming opinion is just very certainly, hey, we're not big fans of what's going on right now. And there's a lot in the patch, and the full patch notes will be linked in the video description if you want to check everything. And it's long. It's a very big and sizable patch. And you may recall when we got an early taste of that patch from the Tekken Talk stream, people were not very happy, right? Things like taking chip damage when you tech a throw. And you know what? They caved on that. They're going to walk it back eventually, right? But this is a very crazy patch in the sense of, like, you know, the logic of if every character is broken, then nobody's broken. That kind of seems what they're doing here. They're kind of tweaking up all the characters to a fairly insane degree and adding just a lot of silly things to the game, let alone, you know, there's a lot of stuff that's sort of outright broken as well. I just want to convey that the overall community disappointment is massive. Like, what you're seeing on screen is only the smallest fraction of what's going on right now. So let's talk about, like, what's in this patch here to get everyone all upset. Because there's certainly, you know, good things as well, and some weird things. So there's a lot to celebrate in this patch. There's a lot of really good stuff, and everyone has new toys, which is great, and some of them are really fun, like Clive. He has Cortical Forward 1. And I don't know if he's been playing too much Devil May Cry 4 with Nero or Street Fighter 6 with Ed. But he can reach out and grab you now, right? And it has like a charge version. But yeah, he can just reach out from the long ways and grab you. And he can also cancel in the flame dash. Like, there's lots of really fun stuff here, for sure. Like, hey, we got Anna added to the game finally. People have been wanting Anna forever. That's fantastic. That's good. Yay. And Anna can do a lot of the cool things you would hope she'd be able to do. Like, I have no idea if this is going to be anywhere near optimal, but, you know, it's a cool looking combo at bare minimum, right? But with Anna, there's also some noodle scratchers that are more indicative of what's going on. Like, one of the classic Easter eggs of Tekken's always been, if Nina or Anna slap you, you can slap them back if you're a lady character. And, you know, that's back in the game because Anna's in the game, sure. But now, everyone can do it. Doesn't matter if you're a lady or not, right? Everyone can bitch slap Anna back, which kind of ruins the point of the Easter egg. Now, I don't know if this is like a new era of gender inclusivity or has Tekken gone woke? It's probably just a bug, sure. But, like, that's the thing. There's some weird choices here, especially when it comes to bugs. Like, let's look at Jack here, right? So, for one, lots of new things give him Gamma Charge that didn't before, which is awesome. Like, that's one of the cooler aspects of the character is having Gamma Charge. And now, if you do called shot certain moves, like, you'll just get Gamma Charge on things that didn't give it before, letting him access some of the more fun elements of his game plan. Like, that's actually great. Perfect, even. He's got new moves that let him do tricky new things, like leaping into a mid that goes right in charge. When you're in charge, you know, you're flexing on him, right? You can hold forward now and just walk flex on people. Cool. I like it, right? Style points. There's a little bit of a problem with some of these new moves is they might be a little bit overtuned, right? So, you see that big Jack move we talked about, right? Cool. And he's +8, by the way. And I'm sure whatever, it's Jack, right? But you're not hitting him out of it if you see it coming, right? So it's not really like it's a fake out situation because you don't even get the opportunity to try to hit a button to stop him because you're going to lose and then he's going to be +17 and get a guaranteed combo. You know, it's a mid, so it's not like you're ducking it. You know, here we got Lily, right? Oh, it turns out maybe I can't step it or walk it so good, even though it doesn't list itself as like a tracking move. we're not exactly getting around it so good, right? So if you let yourself block the first 2 hits, you kind of seemingly have to submit to the third, which is at that point all jack all the time. The only option is some characters seem to be able to power crush through it if you're like really on the ball, but then again, there's still the fake out and you have to see it for what it is immediately, which can be difficult because if you're not like power crushing on a frame when you still lose, right? Because power crush armor frames aren't immediate. But okay, it's just something that seems a little silly and strong, right? Okay, sure. That's just Jack. Okay, so the Jack thing, a little silly, right? Let's show you Paul. So Paul's got some like smart design choices that I really do like. And then it's just gonna devolve from there. Let's put it that way to the all the way bad. So first, smart stuff. Stuff like his steps. You can now basically macro them. Like backsway can just be back and 3 and 4. We have regular step and deep dash here. So you can still do it like the manual way, or you can just hit forward 3 and 4 and then down forward 3 and 4 to go in for the deep dash and you can get all the various moves. So the old way is still there if you want it, or you can use these new options. Either or, good quality of life. And they're adding more ways to get into it. So say like forward 1+2, right? This has always been like a nice little workhorse of a move for Paul. And now, if you hold down forward while doing it, you'll immediately go into deep step after the fact. So you still have plus frames, not as many, but you still have plus frames. And now you can immediately just go with the mix that's associated with it, right? You don't go mid, go whatever you want to do. And it just gives him an option to enter into a lesser used part of his moveset. And you can also do this off forward 2 as well. So just like hold down forward and you'll automatically go into the double step stance and you can do whatever. That's really cool. I like that. Neat. Paul also has an all new move from Deep Dive. So down forward 1 and he just clobbers you. It's a natural launcher like crumple state. So you don't need counter hit or anything fancy. And you might notice by the properties, it's full circle tracking. So no stepping. It does chip, and a good amount of chip, and it's only -1 on block, like which means exactly nothing, right? So the only weakness you can associate with this move, it's a high. And keep in mind, when you're already in, deep dive stance, you're going to be dealing with like mid-low, like all the nonsense anyways. So this also makes the alleged game plan of making the game more defensive a bit more reductive because, this takes away stepping as an option, right? It's basically all upside other than the fact that it's a high. But okay, whatever. Big silly move. Jack had a big silly move. Pretty much everyone's got a new big silly move. Sure. So now let's enter actual problem territory where it's very clear things weren't tested out as much as they could have been, right? So, hey, new things to do from deep dive stance. Cool. New ways to enter deep dive stance. Awesome. Sure. Great. Love it. How about actual unblockable setups? Oh, not as good, right? So forward 1+2 for Paul, and then you can enter the stance. Sure. And then if you're so inclined, when you enter stance, you can just hit back and like leave stance. Okay. Shouldn't be anything wrong with that in and of itself on paper. The problem with that though is that. So I did it, went to stance, canceled the stance, and just hit him with a 4, right? And thing is, you notice they're getting, okay, sure, whatever they can hit. They're set to block everything. It makes this actually truly unblockable. If you take this, and why not, you're going to block moves. It's a mid, like whatever. You block this, you're taking free guaranteed damage no matter what. And no, just to show you this isn't some sort of training mode bug, because there is some things going around right now that are just training mode bugs. This is the real deal. So I have the opponent Paul doing it to me here. And you can see it's not a natural combo normally, right? But if you block the first hit, I'm holding block. I'm still getting hit. Like, it's just mid-mid, right? I should hold back the block. I can block it, but I can block the first hit successfully, and I'm still getting bopped by the second one, because given, I don't know, however it works, you just cancel out faster before the enemy can block again, and this is true unavoidable damage, and actually kind of messed up. Like, this definitely needs a patch, whatever this is. This definitely needs a patch. This is an oversight, and not very good. It's fun to give Paul new things, but this isn't the kind of new thing you should be giving them, right? Like, the kind of new things that they're giving them is like heat mode, Death Fist is now safe on block. It's only -6 on block now. Brilliant. These are the kind of decisions I get around. Like, I like that a lot. It should be plus on block, really, but maybe next patch. But safe on block now in heat mode? Sure, let's go for it. That's the good kind of stupid, in my opinion. It might be the kind of stupid that might get people really mad, but it's certainly a damn sight better than the kind of stupid that is. where it's just actual unavoidable damage. That's no good for nobody. Unfortunately, that needs to be fixed. Once again, maybe some things didn't get thought out too hard. It just seems like a lot of the issue people are having is one of the stated goals of Tekken 8 Season 2 was buff defense. Because Tekken 8 was heavily weighted in offense, and by design, to be sure. That wasn't a mistake. Maybe they went too far. But just some of the decisions, right? Like, say Reina. So, like, she has the 2 heat smashes, right? And one's the power low. So now it does a little bit less damage, but it doesn't drain all the heat. So she can do it multiple times. She has options for multiple power lows. So, like, that means more coin flips off more lows, right? Because that's the nature of the game. Or just heat in general, because one of the things you can do now is you can hold down while you're in heat mode, and when you heat engager, you start crouching, right? So then you have full access to all your wall crouching moves or all your wall standing moves, and thus the mix gets stronger. So you are already probably getting pressured and mixed anyways, and now there's even more options on the table. That doesn't sound like more defense to me, right? Or just like we used Jack as an example earlier, one of his new moves, on top of being a mid, impossible to sidestep, there's also plus on block, right? And hard to get around. A lot of the new moves that are being added are like either just, a lot of new tracking full circle moves, or say something like full circle plus on block moves. Like there's a lot of new moves, as we talked about, like are just disincentivizing you to step or sidewalk or whatever. And it's already not great, and it's already character to character to begin with. It's not been one of the strongest aspects of Tekken. And now a lot of these new moves are making just that kind of weaker across the board. So that's just a few small examples of a titanic and absolutely large patch. But every minute there's some new BS being discovered, be it something that's just actually strong in a fun and silly way, people like to complain about in those kind of ways, or something that's just out and out actually unfair or game-breakingly broken. And over the course of the next few days, expect to see lots more of that as we dissect everything in the patch, because the patch is truly gigantic. It's not to say that there's not good things here as well, because there certainly is, but the overwhelming voice of the Tekken community is saying this patch kinda sucks. Do some things need to be patched out? 1000%, absolutely. Maybe some things need to be tweaked a bit more, and some things, hey, maybe you just gotta suck it up a little bit. You don't gotta love everything, right? And of course, we blow things out of proportion. Is the game dead? No, of course it's not dead. Is Tekken 8 a party game now? I don't think it's that bad. Or maybe you could argue Tekken 8 was always a party game, really, compared to the alternatives anyways. But yeah, like, it's a lot of doom and gloom. That's how we always do it early on. And things will level, things will normalize, people will get out of their feelings. Today's apocalypse is tomorrow's, we'll lab it out, right? If you truly think Tekken is dead, this is the end of the game, you don't gotta play it. You can move on, right? There's certainly other 3D fighters on the market coming up at some point. Maybe give them a shot. See how you like it. We'll assuredly just calm down in a few days, though, is what I'm trying to say. But for now, tempers are flaring, and, a lot of pro players and Harada and the various Bandai Namco team said, hey, before you freak out, when we were hearing about the patch, before you freak out, how about you try it? And now people tried it, and turns out, oh, there's a lot wrong going on here. So we'll see how it shakes out in the end, but that is the news for now, my friends. So that all said, thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some Tekken. Or if you don't like Tekken anymore, go out and play some Virtua Fighter, because VF is back.